welcome everyone to the Blue Podcast Network. It's summertime, so we're going to do something different. Welcome all of you to the Blue Podcast coverage of the Lions Tour. Woo! Oh, you lot are awful. Some of you guys won't know this, but I love rugby. Actually, it's becoming my favourite sport because football's just long at the moment. And so does Tom, both Harlequin supporters. And we've got Cal, who you've seen a couple of times.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I feel sorry for the viewers looking at you, mate.
Yeah, how head showing people up. You know? Cal's back because he's Irish apparently.
Yes, I am. Apparently,
you told us. I've not seen a birth certificate, bro.
Why did you say apparently there, Henry?
Because
Yeah,
I can't tell.
What's leading you to think it's not?
Yeah.
He's watched me out the country, mate.
He's at the marches.
To be fair, he is
For the
Mr.
Irish.
Brexit here. So.
He's so
I'm not
was real.
Get the Irish out, he's saying.
And to add some knowledge to our kind of group of idiots we've got here, I've drafted in a special guest. This is James. I'm related to him for some reason.
Somehow.
Supposedly.
I feel sorry for James.
He's adopted. He's adopted. That's all it is.
No,
He's cooler than you, mate.
he's
He's just jealous.
As a proper rugby fan. How long did you play rugby for again? Remind me. I should know.
Until I was 18.
Yeah, I played in the Saints Academy.
Saints Academy.
Yeah,
For a bit.
fly half.
10, yeah. 10.
Yeah, same as me, bro.
So very, very knowledgeable. Someone who can actually tell us a bit of information about this.
What's going on? Too big to be a 10 now.
Off season's been too long.
I don't. What did I say? Where did I say I was going to play?
What are we going to play?
If we did a charity match.
You said you was a prop or something, didn't you? Or
No, I think I thought I said fullback or something because I'm tall.
Flying
Bro,
back home,
you
that's
are
what you're
not
going to be
a fullback.
doing.
No,
you got to be quick. You got
Yeah.
fit. No, he's quite fit. I'll give you that. He's very good at running. So he'd be able to do fitness.
7, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
in
I
the back
just
row.
don't. I don't know why. I just can't see you tackling.
I think go back about 5 years, I would have been a back. I think now I'm a forward.
I'd give him more chance of being good in like tackles and stuff than him ever any chance of doing a 30-metre pass ever in his life. That's never going to happen, unfortunately.
Should we get a TikTok just to see Henry's rugby skills?
Get one of them root hoops, see if he can throw it through it.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
I can't spin it, but I
What
can
about catching
throw
a
it.
high ball?
Hmm?
What about catching a high ball?
Yeah, I'm tall. It's fine.
It's not how
Yeah,
it
but can you
works.
jump?
No, you
It's not how
got.
it works.
Yeah.
I can out jump you without jumping.
Do you know?
But it's not about. We'll
it's,
guess.
it's also about catching it from
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Would you just
You
do
make-
that?
yeah.
You make an excellent. No, you got to bring it in. You got to.
He's got.
I learned something over the years.
Do you know what a mark is?
Go on, you know this.
Come on.
Yeah. What players shout? Where do they have to shout it when they catch a ball?
Oh, when you're going to make the tackle.
No.
You don't shout to make a tackle.
You say mark.
I'm
is-
tackling.
So, you know when players catch a ball in their own 22
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they put an arm out
Yeah.
and they get a free kick?
Oh,
that's a mark.
that's what a
So you have
mark
to
is.
shout mark and they get
Right.
that,
Okay. I
yeah.
didn't know that. I thought you just had to put your arm up like that.
You have to shout mark.
You have to shout mark.
Because
The
also
ref-
if you catch it and you're like facing away from someone, you don't necessarily have enough time to go.
You don't have to put your arm in. As long as you shout it and you can get your feet in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You-
fair enough.
yeah.
That's, see, I'm learning things every day, and that's why we have someone of knowledge on the show.
That was my point there. Actually.
Absolutely not. I'm not giving you that ever.
I will say I was at the Premiership final on Saturday.
How was it?
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a great game.
It was a very good game.
We'll be there again soon.
Way too close than what it should have been, though, I think.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean,
Oh, and the Dan Cole yellow card is
Dan Cole.
mental.
it was mental, but I think also he was
No,
a bit
he's
like
he's done him a favour there because
Yeah.
imagine he didn't get yellow card. Then Dan Cole's legacy is you got a penalty to give it away in the final and lost the
He
game.
still gave away the penalty.
Now all everyone's talking about how unfair it was.
Yes.
They're not talking about him giving away the penalty.
True.
They're talking
Yeah,
about how
fair
unfair
point,
it was.
actually.
So he's actually done him a favour in a certain way.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Did you see he's been invited to play for the Barbarians?
That clip's
Mad.
really funny.
Yeah.
Because Ben Youngs gets a text and he goes, "Do you have Dan Cole's number?" that's really good. Yeah.
That would be fun. I'd love to
great.
see
It was a
that.
great game, that final.
Yeah, really good game.
Yeah.
Very competitive.
We should talk about it, but let's, for now, move on to the Lions tour. How excited are we all for this? Because
You know
I
what?
can't wait.
I am. I always get excited when it comes to Lion Tour because it's just all the best players from the UK playing together. I mean, what better can you get? You know,
It's one of those things, especially as England fans, over the last few years where we've gone, oh, I'd love to see him play for us or him play for us, especially those Irish boys.
What do you guys think about Pendergast not making it?
Fair.
Deserved. Yeah, fair.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's deserved. I just think he's not even the best 10 for. In my opinion, he's not the best 10.
Crowley's a better.
Fair.
as an all-round
It's
player.
this whole thing of
Curious
potential
about
versus current ability. It's one of the things of how important is it bedding this young guy into your team when actually you've got a solid player here who's reaching the peak. Like Crowley's looks solid,
He's
and he
only a
looks
couple of
solid
years
now.
older than him. He's not
No,
much
but
older than him.
but
getting to his
his
prime.
ability
Yeah.
over potential rather than age over
Well,
whatever.
it's because it's really interesting because do you remember a certain England fly half who was the same age as Pendergast is right now, who did go on the Lions tour?
Yeah, but Faz is different.
I'm glad he got that.
Faz is different. Faz was quality back then. Prendergast hasn't shown that he's good enough.
Well, that was that 2013.
Yes.
Well, Wilkinson should have gone for that one. He
Yeah.
beat Farrell in the semi-final of Investec Cup that year. He was still smooth. He won 3 Investec Cups in a row. He was a better player, but he chose not to go. Farrell went probably better choices, but as getting him embedded within Lions culture, I think is perfect for a player like him who had so much potential and
right.
gone on to do so many
He
great
also
things.
could tackle. Pendergast.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's awful.
And I mean that.
Do you see
that's
it?
why final.
I was literally about to
Saints,
say.
yeah.
Mental.
So like they played it smart and
Yeah.
you run at him and he'll go. Ugh.
Especially when you've got the
Yeah.
mix of
It's also very hard. It's the pace these lot are playing at.
Yeah.
If you're not already 100% committed in the tackles and stuff, you're going to look like a deck
Yeah.
chair. You're going to fold in half.
exactly. But if
But
you
I
look
think
at
he's
look at the
much better
situations,
than
though.
he looks.
Look at that. I think in that France game, Finn Smith made more tackles than he did passes.
Yeah.
I think that was a stat.
No, it was
No.
it was close. It was like 22 passes.
Yeah.
Something like
17
that. Yeah.
tackles.
I think maybe at half time it was.
He
more.
can. Finn Smith's a class operator in terms of he can do
And an actual
everything to a
quality
very
defender.
good
Makes the team
standard.
tick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to put himself on the line and get involved with it. Where a lot of tens are good at certain things, but then will shy out, and especially like normally his defence, they'll shy away from it.
Yeah.
And he is clearly quite quality with his flair and his attacking ability.
He can, yeah.
But you've got plenty of guys going who are good at, like, you've got Finn Russell and Marcus Smith both going, who are also quality, like, flair attacking players,
in a
and are
way.
also great defenders at the same time.
Finn Russell's arguably the best flyer at the moment.
Oh yeah, arguably best player
Yeah.
in the world.
Made that interception in that final. Oh,
You could see it happen.
You
The
read
only
it
person that
perfectly,
couldn't see it
yeah.
happening was Pollard. The only person in the whole stadium who could not see at that point it was going to happen.
yeah. Oh my god. And then he just also. Why do you think he passed it rather than?
I
scoring
think
a
what
try?
he said's true. I think he saw Jomo there because me and my dad were having a conversation. We went, could he have scored? Could he have got in himself there? Definitely could have. But when you think Jomo's under the posts, he's a Bath boy. He saw his dad win it.
Yeah.
He's definitely gone through his head. He's
Yeah.
got the brain where he wouldn't even be thinking.
He
about
thinks
trying
so
to
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say I didn't watch it. the
What's the
final.
final? Oh,
No.
I didn't have time to
It was,
watch it either, but I've seen bits of it.
Awesome. If you want to get into rugby, that's one of the first games I'd
yeah.
say you should
I've now
watch.
been 2 years in a row, and it's kind of
Yeah.
the main game that I watch.
Maybe,
It's just a great day
think
out.
about
Had
me
a
next
million
time.
people watching it.
I should have done.
overall.
I had a spare ticket.
Fair.
I'm not even kidding.
I would have pulled a sicking on as well.
Yeah, tell the world, tell your employers that. Right?
No comment.
look him in the camera and
at
say,
the
"I'm
camera,
going to
isn't it?
skip work."
It's probably not the best.
I've
thing.
already booked holiday for the entirety of the next Six Nations.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I'm not.
smart.
I'm not. I'm booking it all off. It's yet to be accepted. As long as it gets accepted, I'm not.
Well, the games are all on the weekends, so you probably could watch it.
Yeah, but I
you
work
work
weekend.
Forget that.
which is the
Forget
pain.
that,
Like,
yeah.
I love my job, but it's like one of those things was like, I want to actually watch it. Shush. But I want to watch it, so I'm booking the entire month off. I'm like, no, I'm not
Yeah,
doing it.
that's smart.
I'm starting to think sometimes we should get a audio mount camera or at least microphone, especially now we have 5,
What do you mean?
6.
Oh, so we can hear him.
A bit of a
I don't want to
prodigy.
hear him.
Yeah, it's one of them vibes. Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Lewis Bowden.
Sound.
yeah.
Sound.
It would have to be Ethan, I think, as well for the cracks and Cal.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not on it
Oh.
because when you're not on a
Oh
show,
yeah.
I'm missing
Not
that
doing a
completely.
Henry, I like you.
Oh. You can stand
Anyway,
for that.
let's start by just talking about obviously big tour. What do you make of our chances? Because this is a quality squad with some big players making their
If we
debuts.
don't win every game,
Yeah, we should win every
should
game.
win every.
If you look at
Yeah.
Australia's last 3 years,
But
and
it's
the-
never that simple.
no,
it's not that
know-
simple. But
Probably should.
if you think about it, Australia have had some terrible performances.
And they're not as at their peak like they were when they won the World Cup, no? Or they were
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, South. Yeah.
last
No,
two
I
South
got
Africa.
it. Yeah.
Australia have won it before.
They've won it
Yeah.
before, but
They have won it
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
No, I was yeah.
I will say
I'm still
Australia-
I'm still trying to like learn
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure he can teach you some.
I've got some stuff. You got better than me.
But
Yeah, 100%.
Australia are definitely improving, I will say.
Yeah,
They've got
They're
a few
better
players coming
side
through which
coming
are
through.
making them good. Like, what's his name? Vicentus, Joseph Sowili.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about him.
He absolutely destroyed us, England.
Yeah.
That's the reason we lost to them.
He was their best player when they beat us.
Mm.
So, yeah,
He's
but
athletically so gifted. Like, he can jump and hang. He's one of them players that if he jumps in the air, he will just hang.
Mm.
So like, he's just got that natural athletic ability. So if we can shut him down, there's no chance we lose a game.
which I'm not
To be
gonna lie,
fair
the
with-
team we have, we
yeah.
should be.
We should.
We got Tui Plotter on top form.
But think about some of the players we've had like in their peaks at the last few tours, and we've still managed to not win it. Like, you think it'd be that simple, it never is.
Yeah.
Although we've faced the All Blacks a
We
couple
faced
of times.
the All Blacks
That was a
when they were
Was it
still
2017?
Yeah.
they were still sort of they were going down, but they were still the best team in
Yeah.
the world. We played South Africa when they won 2 World Cups in a row.
Dan Carter's.
Didn't play.
No, not 2017. I'm talking about the season before that. Where
2005.
yeah, he just went on a blinder and scored 3, didn't he?
I was born that year.
I don't know what you're on about here. If I'm honest,
I think it's the 2005.
Yeah.
the Test series in 2005,
Yeah.
where he just
Oh,
outclassed
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that one.
that's
Yeah,
the one.
Well, that was
Yeah.
when he was the best player in the world by a country fucking.
Yeah.
mile.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. But it's like we've come up against some quality fucking players.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's unlucky, but it is what it is. We've got a little bit of luck this time, and the team is solid, but we've got the quality team this
Yeah.
time around.
I'd say the quality is quite spread out over the whole 15. It's pretty top notch.
Well, shall we talk about the 15? Because we have the first test we've got a warm-up test against Argentina in Dublin, and we have the lineup for that game. It's was it tomorrow? No, it's the weekend.
Friday evening.
Friday,
Friday, that's the one.
for my sister's frigging birthday.
to
I
be
love
fair, it's against Argentina. We should win it.
She's like,
they are a very, very quality team. They've
a
got
pie
a
going on.
few backs. So they have like Carreras and what's the
Ricardo Isgro,
Isgro,
who
yeah.
used to be World Player of the Year in sevens, and then moved into Harlequins, and now plays.
You've seen a lot of players come from sevens though who
Yeah.
can't quite translate. And
This
he's
guy-
come in and is completely.
This guy's
he's
quality.
very,
This guy's
very
got
well.
something about him. He's pacey. He's on market. He knows what Marcus Smith is thinking as well, which is going to be dangerous because obviously he is playing, and we'll get onto that in a second.
Yeah, he's my weakest link.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let me name
The
the
thing
team
is-
first.
I think you saying he knows what Marcus Smith thinks. I think Marcus Smith is so quick thinking, and he doesn't think before he does it. He sees what's
he
in front
sees
of
what's
him,
in front of him.
and then he goes like that. So I don't think even Marcus Smith knows what he's going to do next. So that's why Farrell
It's
loves him
tricky.
so much because no one can depict what's in his head. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's that quick and clever about it.
It's tricky, but Isgro's always in the right positions for that kick or for that pass.
Yeah, but Marcus runs it generally.
He does.
He's not a kicking fullback
He'll
particularly.
be brought in to
Find
run.
space, make
Yeah.
a run, line break, and then you just use the rest of the team to absolutely muller them.
100%.
Once I do think with this team, once you've got some momentum, it's going to be very hard to stop.
Yeah. So the team is, I'll read it out for everyone. The front row is Ellis Genge, Luke Cowan-Dickie, and Finlay Beelum, who's obviously been drafted in the last minute to replace the injured Ferguson.
Unfortunately, he's a very good player, Ferguson. So
It's unfortunate for him to drop out because, of course, he has been quality this season, but it is what it is. Kind of second row of Tyke Burn, Maro Toji, he's the captain this year. Tom Curry, Ben Earl, and Jack Morgan.
I like that back. I like
That's a very good back three. That's
Yeah.
very good.
Jack Morgan's a little bit suspect, but he was one
don't
of
think he's
the highest
suspect.
performers.
I think he's
at the Six
unfortunate that
Nations.
the team he's playing in for Wales has been so poor.
Yeah.
But him and Williams have been
Yeah,
two
been the
shining
best-
lights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
They can't really save a team with two players,
No.
realistically.
Yeah.
To be fair, that has to be the worst Wales team I've seen.
Oh
Yeah.
Not 1 and 2.
But
Yeah.
we've been growing up with the best
Yeah.
Wales team. We've
no,
ever
but I'd
seen.
say this is arguably one of the worst Wales teams ever.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
I'd even say
saying.
one of the worst
We've seen
international
them
teams
at
ever.
their peak, so now they've dropped off. It's a vast gap.
Yeah.
100%.
I unfortunately know. Well, family friend is the chairman of Welsh Rugby.
Ooh.
Oh,
So I not know this about you. I feel like you should have told me. That's huge.
Not, I don't know. I've never,
Not anymore.
not really. I've like he's the father of close family friend,
Fine, okay.
so I don't really know him.
Friend of a
Him.
friend.
Fine, okay.
So yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah,
friend and friend.
there's actually
So-
a picture of the family friends next to Prince William and the chairman, which is obviously their grandfather.
Damn,
fair.
Cool.
Daniel, Jesus. The backs are...
Sorry, just a little-
Just throw that in there.
Just drop that in there and just move
follow
on. Alex Mitchell at 9. Finn
is that a
Smith.
surprise?
No,
No?
Well,
I'd say a
considering that
little bit.
JGP is injured.
Yeah, true.
I'd say it's not because I think it was bound that Finn Smith was going to start this game
It makes sense to play both of them.
because the
Yeah.
only two
Yeah.
10s he had in camp were Finn Smith and Marcus Smith, and I think he sees Marcus as more of 15. So I think Mitchell starting is not a surprise for me at
Yeah.
this.
I
Yeah.
think even if he was fit, he wouldn't have played him. I think he would have rested. I think JGP will start the main tests, but I think given it's just a warm-up game against Argentina, I think he's going to blood the rest of his squad, give them a chance to have some minutes.
Do you think JVP comes in for him, or when he's like
GP or VP?
VP?
Van
Comes into the
Portley.
squad at all?
I hope he does not. I have a real problem with Van Portley. I think whenever I've seen him play for England, he's dropped some absolute stinkers. He's too slow. He's too slow on the ball.
You need to watch him for Leicester and his highlights for England. He's very quick off the
He's very
pace.
quick.
He's very.
Well,
I've not seen
I
that.
saw it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I've
scored.
never seen it. For England anyway, obviously the main test.
That's because of the tactics they were playing,
Yeah.
and I think he's been brought into camp not to play, but to. I told you just earlier.
Yeah.
I think he's been brought in because that's the style I think Argentina might play. So they'll use him as a sort of test dummy for an Argentinian 9 and make
Yeah,
him play.
okay,
How they think
yeah.
they're gonna
Who is it that's plays in France as well? That's not in the squad.
Ben White
play.
Ben White,
Good player.
very good.
can't come because he's going to be missing most of the tests.
Yes, he's only been able to be available for the last 4 games.
That was it.
I thought he was a footballer.
Don't you start,
But
Jesus.
you would say he would come in instead of.
I'd
of
rather
VP
see
or-
Ben White. But
Well,
if he's,
I'd say Ben Spencer, in my opinion. I just
Okay.
think he's the reason Bath has just been so
Yeah.
consistent.
we'll get a
this whole
chance to
year.
have a look at him over the summer whilst Alex Mitchell's away with the Lions for England. Him or Rafi Quirk, I think I like both of those boys. So
Yeah, both
Chance to see them
good
both.
players.
the centres will be it's a pair of Aki and Tuipulotu. I thought we'd see either the Irish pair or the Scottish pair. I didn't think they'd mix and match. I thought they'd go with connections, people who play together all the time.
But
But-
this is not the time to build the connection.
Yeah.
But that's
Play your 2 best centres, and if they
Yeah.
work, they work.
I think Aki's proven he's in that backs.
Yeah.
He's the only one who's properly played, apart from Van der Merwe.
Yeah. But that was my thought.
He's
in
got that experience, and he's
Yeah.
just
He's
as an operator. He's just
He's
very consistent.
composed, and he's composed.
Yeah.
He's very composed.
He will look after the ball. He'll put the other team's attack backwards. It's very similar to Tuipulotu,
Yeah.
just with more experience and a bit more understanding of how these Lions games
Yeah.
work.
I think
think
Aki
smart.
was almost a nail-on starter here, really.
I agree, but I thought you say you don't have time to build connections. That's true. So why not go with the Irish pair?
No, why not build connections with this Argentina game?
Because it's a game that has
True.
no jeopardy.
Yeah.
If they lose,
If
they
it-
lose. It's a bit of bad press, but it doesn't matter.
It's one of those
for
things you
score.
can go, oh, okay, so
I think
Aki
with the
doesn't
abs-
work or Tuipulotu doesn't work.
He's only shooing to start with the absence of Ollie Lawrence.
Yeah.
Ollie Lawrence would be in that squad at
Yeah.
13 and Tuipulotu at 12, if not.
I was gutted when he got injured.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's-
He had a great Six Nations.
He's been having an unbelievable season and a great Six Nations, and then just
So I think it was, don't know if it was 2 years in a row, but definitely played for season last year
Yeah.
for the whole Premiership. So
it was so good.
But we've got some great options in that kind of set of centres there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let's say these two know what they're doing. They're
Yeah.
quality
Yeah,
players.
100%.
We'll get something out of them. No surprise in the wings, I don't think. Man, Merva and Freeman were always going to
No.
start.
Not
Yeah.
surprised at all.
But a bit of a surprise at 15. He's gone with Marcus Smith over the two natural
Is
15s.
Kinghorn fit?
I think he's coming back.
Yeah, that's what I
Kinghorns.
was thinking.
So I
But-
think he's the only real option apart from Daly.
Well, no, because you got
Yeah,
Hugo Keenan as well.
Keenan just played a final for Leicester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he would not be fit. Well, he would be fit, but I think he
I
needs
do
to
think
come
Marcus
to
is
If
kind of the
you
only
count
option right now.
if you count out those two guys, then it's a kind of a sure thing that Marcus Smith goes in there, in my opinion. But
Do you think Farrell's almost glazing him in the press just to give him a bit of a confidence boost because he is actually the only available fullback that he has, so that Marcus Smith doesn't just think, oh, he's only playing me because I'm the only option.
I think
Possibly.
I think Farrell's a very straight to the point person. I don't think he'd be saying these
but
sort
I
of
also
things
feel
to
like
the
Marcus
media.
knows that internationally he's a 15 at the moment. Like, that is the position that he
because
plays.
Finn,
Like
Finn Smith's just better.
He just with Smith, he can control the game quite well. But I think from 15, where he has more time to see those gaps,
yeah,
he's so much better.
it highlights his great attributes better, in my opinion. I think you want to operate it in a 10 role who can control the game, and then you've got this flair player from 15 who's stepping forward. It's
Yeah.
a
With
bit of a
Test
new
match
role.
rugby,
but-
it's all about really territory.
Yeah.
Kicking game.
Yeah, so to have a player like Finn Smith is much more useful in that 10 shirt. Having a Marcus Smith at 15 or even 22, so when the game gets quiet, it gets more
yeah,
tired.
just run at people.
He'll be much a better player for it. Not because he's not good enough to start, but because he's better coming on.
Agreed. And that's what we said about Ollie Chesham as well, for England, especially when obviously he's coming off the bench and just hitting them every time. It's great. But that's the thing. You see those performances and you go, start starting him. And it's actually, no, you get the best off them off the bench.
You have to be tactical with your subs as much as you're starting. I mean, South Africa, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Like,
the bomb squad.
Both the starting pack and the second team pack, both sets could start.
Yeah.
But it's
you should have a 23 who should all be starting.
Yes.
Well, let's quickly mention the subs because we've obviously got a few more names to mention. The backup pack is Ronan Kelleher, Pierre Schumann, and Tyke Furlong. A lot of experience, some big boys on there. Again, going to come off and
want to tackle them.
Oh God, no. Kind of in the back row, in the second row, you've got Scott Cummings and Henry Pollock as options. I saw this coming a mile off.
Can't wait to see Henry Pollock.
Again, what we said about energy off the bench, Pollock will bring that.
Just that youthful of like, even if they're in their own 20 metres, he'll want to run it, he'll want to play, he'll want to go quick.
Yeah.
That sort of energy is what they need. When they've got players like Smith on the pitch as well, who will go with him,
Make the
Mitchell.
space.
A player like Pollock in the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes will just cause a lot of problems for Argentina.
Marcus Smith makes a little bit of a space, and you guarantee Pollock will be on the end of that pass.
Oh yeah. And he's got the pace to break through, but also the strength to carry it and to take a tackle and just get that extra.
And he's got the IQ to know where he needs to run, where he's needed, where if he needs
he's
to.
He's a very complete player, and the flexibility to play anywhere across the back line.
But at the same time, 20. You don't want to say he's complete player.
We saw
everyone needs experience
at the cup final, didn't we? His inexperience coming out a little bit with that scuffle with he was targeted a little bit.
The scuffle weren't his fault. That's the immaturity.
Nah, but I think an experienced player would have brushed it off and gone, right, that's a dick move.
He couldn't hit a hand round his neck.
Yeah, but he would have just walked away. Like,
you can't walk away with someone throttling you.
No, but you get him off you and then you walk away. I think he started it.
He did do that.
He was laughing in his face a bit, but
yeah, I was going to say
the only
you could tell he's a youngster.
I do that.
The only immature people
but you're
from that
immature,
were the Bordeaux players who were still going on about him. About a 20-year-old 4 days after the final.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, that is stupid.
He's so in.
He's had his first season in first team rugby, and he's been unbelievable.
Better than all of you.
He's that good. But he's in professional players who've been professional for 10+ years.
Yeah.
They're still making comments about him. That's how the level of this guy.
Yeah, he will go far.
Also, I mean, he's one of the first players in a long time, especially rugby players, where you've got I've seen videos of kids doing his try celebrations and things like that after scoring, and it's like he's the first player that's come along in a long time where you're like, oh damn, this guy is it.
It's a little bit football with the celebrations and stuff like that. It's a little bit football-y. It's a little bit different to what we used to.
That's what it needs though. The sport.
Yeah, rugby's have this perception of it where it's like you just go into your job, you leave.
Yeah.
It wasn't an entertaining sport. Having players it's like a breath of fresh air. Players like that coming through. It's like
I
mean, you look at Atoje and Marcus Smith right now. They're becoming more celebrities than they are.
Yeah, Marcus Smith a little bit more than Atoje, I'd say.
I would say that, but Atoje's considering I don't know, just everything. He loves the limelight.
Oh yeah, with his cat. Yeah, he
loves it.
He's a little bit of an awkward speaker in my opinion, but that's not important.
I just think he's a very well-educated man who knows what his job is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And he's got his own opinion. I don't know if he's got his own opinions that are that strong, but he's very good at just saying his point, moving on. He's a professional. He's a professional.
Yeah, he's very for somebody who's like celebrities are often a bit. Excuse me, I don't know how to describe it other than like. Not immature, but they can be a little bit.
You love or hate them.
Yeah, Itoje is just, as well as being a bit of a celebrity, he's also very good captain material because he is mature. He does do his job. He has a bit of a smile and a laugh, but he's always
performs.
On the job.
That's the main thing I thought is when he's on the pitch, he performs. But since being given captain for England, he's just performed. He does the basics right. He can do the extravagant things as well. But the most important thing, he gets his basics done.
And I feel like we've known this for a while now. Ever since, do you remember we had that captain issue with? It was quite a number of years ago now. Back when
Hartley.
Yeah, Hartley taking over from who was it? Oh, I forget his name. That's really annoying me.
What, the prop? No,
Hartley's a hooker.
No, I meant.
Dylan Hartley took it over from.
It's number 7. Played 2015.
Yeah, no, I know who it is, but I can't think of his name.
For Harlequins, like one of the biggest clubs.
No, I know it's my club. I know, but I can't think of his name.
Oh yes,
Chris.
Yeah, you should be getting this, bro.
You should be getting this.
I don't.
Legend of a man.
You have to tell me.
Surname begins with an R.
Yeah.
Rob Shaw.
Yeah, there you
go.
There you go.
Fuck's sake. I know his face. I just can't picture his name. It's really annoying me. Took over. Rob Shaw just didn't work. We've been looking for that kind of captain figure for a while because Dylan Hartley wasn't that either.
I wouldn't.
He said he the shit,
particularly
but
say
wouldn't
it
say
was
Rob Shaw
Rob.
didn't work.
It didn't work. I think it was unfortunate how the 2015 World Cup went.
true.
So
But I
after
also
that-
feel like Rob Shaw is much better as a lieutenant general. I'm more of like a number two. Like, do you remember Freddie Flintoff for cricket? Same situation. Not a great captain, great number two, great leader by example, by doing his job. But to make those kind of tactical decisions, it really wasn't him. And it wasn't Hartley either, but he just steadied the ship.
Hartley was a very good leader.
We've been waiting
as
for
a
somebody
player.
like
He
this.
wasn't particularly. He wouldn't set the world alight as a player, but
Mm.
he put his body on the line. He'd lead people very well. Be a very good team
Yeah.
person. So that's why he was brought in.
Mm.
He
But
was
He was the
sometimes-
right
yeah,
one
pick.
of the most successful captains for England. Won 2 Six Nations in a row,
Agreed.
1 Grand Slam.
He was
Sometimes you need a player like that. That ain't like the most flashy,
no.
but someone
He was
that will actually put their
Don't
body
get
on the
twisted
line.
though, right? He was a fantastic player and a great captain. I feel like Katoji is a generational captain.
Oh yeah.
Well, he came
Like we've
through.
been waiting for this guy to become captain for a
missed a minute
long
for Six
time.
Nations in like 3 years. He's just
It's just consistent.
Always there, like it's mad. But 3 more backs to speak about on the bench. Thomas Williams is the backup,
Yeah.
9.
very good
pretty,
option.
Pretty,
Very good player.
yeah. Select with him. We've got Mac Hansen as the backup winger. Again, very solid. A little bit unlucky to miss out, but Freeman was just
Freeman's just too good.
ridiculous.
All round player. And I think,
The wingers that they've picked as starters are potentially nailed down
Yeah.
for the rest of
oh,
them.
and
yeah,
a bit-
I'd back that.
A bit of a surprise package. Elliot Daly is in the matchday 23.
It
He
makes
is our
sense.
utility
Yeah.
back.
It makes sense.
He's the most
So
versatile
utility-
player.
He's the most underrated player
Yeah.
in the last 5 years. Everyone gives him so much slander.
I
He
was-
makes mistakes, but he's just. So
I was
good.
quite
He's
surprised
so
to
good.
see him in the squad.
I think
But it
everyone
makes sense that
was.
there was always going to be somebody brought into the squad who could play across the back line because you need that utility back now
He
with
can
the
play
split on the
pretty
bench.
much every position apart from 10.
Yeah, it is a 6-3 split,
Yeah.
which
I think Argentina aren't very. If it was South Africa, it'd be a 6. It would be a 6-2 split.
yeah.
And
a 5-3 split.
with the players they have, we got Aki and Tuipulotu, who, if they need to, could do a job at 7.
Yeah.
And then you've
realistically.
also got Benno who can play
Oh, he's just
Anyway.
centre.
He
but-
can play for
he's
Yeah.
just an athlete and a half.
Yeah.
now.
yeah. So you've got a lot of rotation. You've got Marcus Smith obviously playing who can move into 10 if you need him to.
You could bring Pollock on and move Kyrie to the 8 and
Yeah.
put him centre if you needed.
Yeah. There's a lot of flexibility and
That'd be
utility.
sick.
Yeah. Oh,
That'd be one of the most powerful attacks I've seen.
yeah. But I don't know about you guys, but I think we're gonna. Actually, let's do a proper prediction, then, shall we? Should we do a proper score prediction?
Yeah.
Score predictions.
It's difficult with rugby because it's such big scores, but
Yeah.
So is the only game the Argentina one before the next?
let me double check that.
Yeah.
Before the tour starts, yeah. This is
No,
the
before we next record.
I'm just gonna have a quick look. I think it is, but I just want to double check.
We'll just do closest score. Roughly.
Ish.
Yeah.
28th. Wednesday. That's a week and a day. So we're gonna
So we'll still be able to do the next ones.
next week. We probably won't have the lineup. We'll have to guess the lineup a little bit, but yeah. Which is
Yeah,
a
we don't
game.
have to guess the lineup. We'll just react to
Western
React
Fourth.
to the game.
Argentina, yeah. And then we'll just predict the next game.
Cool. Right. So
It's always hard to predict
yeah.
before a kick.
Yeah.
What we'll
before
do.
the first game.
We'll do result. If he should we do points? So we do points.
Yeah, we'll do
first?
points.
Okay,
We
we'll
can
do.
track this time though. Yeah.
I'll do my best. We'll do results.
Hey, purple shirt.
So we'll all predict. We'll all predict who's going to win, and then we'll all do a score prediction. And the closest on the score prediction
Gets an extra point.
Unless 2 people get it exactly right, which is not going to happen. Then they're
I think exactly right's got to be 3 points.
100%.
exactly points, 3
Surely.
points, and then if
Closest
you
to is
closest
1
to
point.
1 point. Yeah, fair. Go on, you go first.
I'm going to go with a Lions win. Argentinians have decent backs. I'm going to go 32-9.
Yeah, I think British and Irish.
32,
Lions win.
32 right?
Good.
I think
And the
that
score?
works.
Well, you can get any score, can't you? 'Cause penalties and stuff.
Yeah, I think I can get that.
I think it's going to be. They're going to want to put a showcase on before
Yeah.
they go. Like we did the last tour of Japan, they put 40 odd points in them. So I reckon it's going to be. It's going to be closer than I would originally anticipate. I reckon it's going to be 42-28. I think it's going to be a good game. It's a very quick game.
Interesting.
A very high scoring game. And I think it's going to be.
I don't see it being high scoring.
I really. With,
That's why I went for 9 because I think the only thing they'll get is kicks.
really?
Yeah.
I see it being quite a high scoring
To
game.
be fair, I'm confident in our backs. To be fair, I think we're solid. So I would say probably like 45, 40, something like that. 45.
Yeah.
45, 13.
Okay.
So obviously we're going to win. I think it goes one of two ways, right? I think it either goes.
Well, yes. We picked them
No.
to win.
But it either
it's either going to
goes-
be a thrashing or not a thrashing.
It's either going to be a complete thrashing or it's going to be really tight.
That's the only two options we have.
Yeah,
But there's no like middle ground
What
here.
other way can it go?
Yeah.
We're either going to score 50 or it's going to
Score
be
less
tight.
than 50.
I'm not inviting you back here again. I
get
think
what you
it's
mean.
not
I understand
going to
what you mean.
gel as quickly as we think it's going to do. So I'm going to go for quite a tight result. I think it's quite easy for Isgo to just jump in and score twice. So I reckon 14 for them.
No penalties.
Nah, 14.
It's a shout, to be fair.
And I'm going to go 22-14. I think it's going to be tight, and I think our quality is going to shine through, but it's going to take us a little while to get our feet going with this team because obviously they don't play together at all for like it's 4 years.
I can
difference.
see early points for them just because it's first game match.
Yeah, so basically- sneak in.
If they score any less than 12 points and between 26 to 37 points, I win. Sweet. Happy days.
Right.
It's a pretty good bracket
Great.
for me.
If they score either 50 or less than 50, Henry wins. So
Brilliant, nice one.
What did I say? 45? 45, 13.
13.
that'd be an awesome score to have.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see a team that I support score.
There have
loads of
been a lot
points.
of games before Lions tours which haven't quite gone our way.
Yeah.
I think it was 2005. It was 2005
Yeah.
where we almost lost to Argentina.
Oh,
we
yeah.
drew to them.
You got to remember that
42, right?
the importance of this
I think
tour.
I thought I might have to
We've
change
got a
it.
lot of games on this tour. Like how many? Is
Henry,
it
I'm
total?
going to go 32.
No, that's on 32, dickhead.
No, 33. 17.
God's sake.
No.
I'm changing
Can't
my
be
30,
changed. Can't be
34,
changed.
I'm not
It's
writing this
locked in
down, by the
before.
way. So
It's
I'm
locked in
just going to get
We've cut
Lenny
that
to look
bit.
back.
Nah,
Get it
we
back.
can't. No.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games.
You're going to be able to keep track of the scores, mate?
And let's just remember, only 3 of those are important.
So, can we give the
So-
listeners a bit of a reminder on who's put what? Have you got it written
No, I
down?
haven't written it down. I'm going to Lenny to look back.
So who said what?
You got to write in your notes.
No, I'm
write
going to
in
get
your
the scores back later.
Oh, so you're going to watch it back and do it like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
notes so that there's no cheating.
If anyone gets it 100%
Oh, I
right,
probably
though,
should
next
write it
game
down
I'm
now,
going
for
to go
God's
Sky
sake.
Bet.
I don't-
That is the score. Just so
I
just
hate
that
how
chart.
responsible you make me. for God's
Yeah,
sake.
I'd rather you wrote it down just so that you know.
Well, it is like your job, hobby.
Job.
don't pay.
Right, Tom, remind me.
I said 32-9.
Charity work.
Don't start.
I'm joking.
I'll kick you off like that. James.
33-17.
Shut up. No, you went 42.
I changed it.
No, 42-27.
I'd love to see us put 40 points on someone, but it's just, I don't
He
think
said
so.
42-27.
I never
I don't think it's gonna
I'm
happen.
not letting him have it.
45.
That will not be shown on
13.
there.
Well, it's on that camera at the moment, actually.
That one there.
And what did I put again? 22-14.
What?
He
That's
did,
mine.
He did say. He did say.
yeah.
so-
14, yeah.
Yeah, 22-14.
So do you want to read it out for everyone?
So, predictions are Tom thinks it's going to be 32-9 to the Lions. James thinks it's going to be 42-27 to the Lions.
Oh, no. 33-17.
No,
I
he's
said.
just he's changed this. You can't change
It's
the
not
prediction.
happened yet. I can't. It doesn't make a difference.
It does. It does because you can't use other people's predictions to then make yours.
So what
First
is it?
answer only.
It's 42, isn't it?
I'll back it. I'll back it. Fine.
Cal,
Wait, you did get the right
45-13.
Come
And
on.
I've gone with a bit more of a responsible 22-14. So we'll see who's right this time next
I
week.
think he needs to predict first every time from now.
Love to see it. To be fair, I'd back you to be favourite to get it right.
Yeah,
I
think it
The
could.
pressure.
I'm
The
massively.
pressure.
I just want to see good, like fast
rugby,
games,
yeah.
and so
Yeah,
I
excitement.
always think higher. But
So anything above 45, I'm good.
yeah,
But if they score like 30,
Yeah.
I think he gets the.
What we'll do is
28.
is what we'll do,
Yeah.
right, is we'll add the amount you're off the one score to the amount you're off the other score, and then whoever's got the lowest amount.
Both, yeah. Close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Cool.
Perfect.
Nice. I think that wraps up our first episode. A little bit of a preview into the Lions tour and a little bit of predictioning of the first game. I'm not sure how this is quite going to work because I need to map out where the games are, because some games are weeks apart and some games are quite close together. But we'll try and where there's a game, 2 games a week, we'll just cover them both in the next episode. So I'll work it out tonight and figure it all out. But we'll be back
that before the show starts.
Not very good preparation.
Wow.
I have a lot to prepare, right? I've got a charity match which on the 30th of July at the M Group Stadium that I've got to plan. It's almost like
Just him, by the way. Apparently, it's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just me doing it on mine.
Just you planning
It's
it.
almost like people could get tickets online.
Yeah.
Would
For
they?
wait, how
I'll
much?
tell you what we should do. We should put a link in our bio so they could buy them.
Oh yeah, we should put the price at £5 as well.
How much
That's
are
the-
they?
I think people would pay £5.
How much are the tickets?
£5.
It's
I feel like
it's a
should be
premium
£5.
meal
Oh.
deal in Sainsbury's.
Yeah, you can do
It's
it.
the exact same as a premium meal deal in Sainsbury's.
The average price of a pint.
Yeah.
I know.
Why?
No, it's less.
Have,
less than
not in
average
London,
pint of
but a pint or a game of football or both. Why don't you come and get a pint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The operations officer of the stadium said he'll buy everyone a pint who goes. So if anyone who goes gets a free pint of Henry Neal.
Just ask for Henry Neal at the door.
Please
Free
don't.
pints or free food.
I
if you
can't
drink.
promise that. I've not got the budget for that. But well, I hope to see everyone there, and I hope to see you all back here next week, where we cover the next couple of games of Lions Tour and talk about how they're performing on the first test.
Exactly.
We'll see you next week.